Hey, brothers and sisters. Um, so yesterday I was praying. I was just praying for many things, and as I was praying, I noticed a word. As I praying, I was I was just in my zone. I was in the spirit, and I noticed the word alarm. As I noticed the word alarm, I stopped and I focused, trying to hear the word of what the Lord was trying to give me. Then I heard, "Be alert, ring the alarm." Um, I wasn't sure. It's like me personally, I like to make sure that the things that He gives me is something that He wants me to deliver. So I waited. Yesterday it was yesterday. I waited to the day um, to officially get that confirmation. Like, do you want me to say these things? Um, and I had got a message this morning from my Bible app. I had got let me look for it. Okay, I got First Corinthians 16:13. It say, "Be on guard, stand firm in the faith, be courageous, be strong." And it felt like that was my confirmation. I was on my way to work, and when I woke up this morning, uh, at 6:10, I put my alarm on, and I look, and my eyes just focus on alarm, and that's when I knew. I was like, okay, this is something you want me to say. Um, God gave me many dreams of the American land. There's a video on here where I talked about where God, it was a stroll. He showed me a stroll, and it was a stroll of America, and it zoomed in to every state. It just zoomed in, went over, and it's like a magnifying glass. It went over all the states. Then it went completely black, but you still can see the trace line of America. It was many things that God gave me about the American land, and I believe this is a message He want me to say. So today, when I uh, got home from work, I took out my notes, and I heard, "Disobedient to parents, lovers of money and self, adulterous, liars, drunkenness, drugs, lukewarm." Um, I heard the music industry is nasty, videos is demonic, it's new age practices all around, witchcraft is normal. Basically, the how people say, oh, the astronomy of it, like, oh, what sign are you, or the crystals that people use, uh, just new age stuff that's these places are normalizing. You can go to some certain stores on in the mall. That seems like you can just get jewelry, but then you'll see these crystals and stuff like that. They putting in the cartoons and everything. It say men having babies is of abomination. DNA changing is not for me. It's an abomination to the Lord. Then I got churches. Church's pulpit is dry. The church want to be hot and cold to be more acceptable to the eyes of the world. There's no accountability for their actions, and when there is accountability for their actions, they are rebellious. To the fact, get oh, I'm sorry, y'all. Get rich schemes. Some churches got their books in front of the doors more than the Bible. Misleading. God is very angry at the American church. Government poison their people with pesticides. Man-made diseases, demonic practices. They put faith more in science than God. There's a lot of corruption in the land of the free. Freedom of speech is only when it's their standards. And then, he gave me Ezekiel 5:1-17. And I'm gonna play the audio, in a second. I just want to say a couple of things. I know we living in the end times. I know certain things that has to transpire. I know certain things that God wants us to be alert about. God wants you to open your eyes. He loves you. He needs you to come back to Him. Walk back to the kingdom. Be alert, but also be courageous, because the time is near. This is the word from the Lord. I believe this is the word from the Lord. I just want to let y'all know I love you, and I just wanted to spread this message to you. Everyone be blessed. I love you all.
Ezekiel 5. Now, son of man, take a sharp sword and use it as a barber's razor to shave your head and your beard. Then take a set of scales and divide up the hair. When the days of your siege come to an end, burn a third of the hair inside the city. Take a third and strike it with the sword all around the city, and scatter a third to the wind, for I will pursue them with drawn sword. But take a few hairs and tuck them away in the folds of your garment. Again, take a few of these and throw them into the fire and burn them up. The fire will spread from there to all Israel. This is what the Sovereign Lord says. This is Jerusalem, which I have set in the center of the nations, with countries all around her. Yet in her wickedness she has rebelled against my laws and decrees more than the nations and countries around her. She has rejected my laws and has not followed my decrees. Therefore this is what the Sovereign Lord says. You have been more unruly than the nations around you, and have not followed my decrees or kept my laws. You have not even conformed to the standards of the nations around you. Therefore this is what the Sovereign Lord says. I myself am against you, Jerusalem, and I will inflict punishment on you in the sight of the nations because of all your detestable idols. I will do to you what I have never done before and will never do again. Therefore in your midst parents will eat their children, and children will eat their parents. I will inflict punishment on you and will scatter all your survivors to the winds. Therefore, as surely as I live, declares the Sovereign Lord, because you have defiled my sanctuary with all your vile images and detestable practices, I myself will shave you. I will not look on you with pity or spare you. A third of your people will die of the plague or perish by famine inside you. A third will fall by the sword outside your walls. And a third I will scatter to the winds and pursue with drawn sword. Then my anger will cease and my wrath against them will subside, and I will be avenged. And when I have spent my wrath on them, they will know that I, the Lord, have spoken in my zeal. I will make you a ruin and a reproach among the nations around you in the sight of all who pass by. You will be a reproach and a taunt, a warning and an object of horror to the nations around you when I inflict punishment on you in anger and in wrath and with stinging rebuke. I, the Lord, have spoken. When I shoot at you with my deadly and destructive arrows of famine, I will shoot to destroy you. I will bring more and more famine upon you and cut off your supply of food. I will send famine and wild beasts against you, and they will leave you childless. Plague and bloodshed will sweep through you, and I will bring the sword against you. I, the Lord, have spoken.